Hello and welcome to Fridge Camp.
Now, if you're hoping that this week is better than last week, well, so are we, but we haven't filmed it yet, so we're going to have to wait and find out.
But what we can promise you is there's going to be plenty of this.
This is awful.
And just a smidgen of this.
Did someone say dab? But before we begin all that,
We need to find out what this week's theme is going to be, which means we need to find James and his magic box. Mystery box. Mystery box. Sorry.
No.
Sorry. Here's how this works. In a minute, James is going to lower a box.
In that box is going to be a mystery ingredient.
That mystery ingredient is going to give us a hint to the theme of our week.
the problem is that theme, which you guys are going to help shape recipes, tips and tricks, is completely new to us. James is the only one that knows. James, lower said box. You might want to have a look at this. Multiple things in the box again.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh.
Was there supposed to be a bowl with that one? Or-
There is a bowl of it.
Oh no.
You're an idiot.
This week's theme is flour.
And with flour, you can make cakes. And
that makes more sense.
this is Cake Week. But curveball for the first recipe, we're going to make it gluten-free. So a gluten-free cake, a good gluten-free cake, hard thing to do. So that is your first challenge. Listen, we have never been that great at decorating cakes.
No, how dare you?
That is.
I'm just going to put it out there. Ben and I,
Caterpillar cake?
I'm not the best.
We remember that one?
No.
Exactly. We're going to ask the community and we're going to come up with a load of different great, easy ways to decorate cakes. Okay. And then, on Sunday, it's big night in. It's Barry and Ben. There are brownie points up for grabs.
Yeah, they live together in a country cottage.
There are 2 brownie points up for grabs, and Ben is going to handle the cooking while Barry handles the experience. I feel like we've made up a job for you.
Well, I have to say, this is my third favourite week after Steak Week and Whiskey Week. We should probably get baking.
Love the cake.
I love the cake! Ben's love affair with polenta is back again. Polenta in a cake.
It is gonna be delicious. Pistachio and grapefruit cake with polenta as one of our gluten-free flour alternatives. You guys suggested so many. This is just one option. It's a delicious one.
So make something like mashed potato or make a cake.
Yeah,
Same
polenta always been a poor substitute for mashed potato.
Yeah.
It's also a poor substitute for a cake.
Yeah.
Good, let's start this one positively. All we need to do is beat butter, brown sugar and caster sugar in a bowl until it's light and fluffy. Didn't even get it in the bowl.
Are you mental?
We had one thing to do.
Small bowl into big bowl, missed.
Can I use my hands?
What? No, it's not paste. So you use your hands when you're making pastry and you're rubbing flour into butter. That is a form of baking. It is not this.
Also, you can even put a bowl of sugar into a bigger bowl, so I wouldn't trust your hands.
So the thing with gluten-free cakes is you don't want to put too much air into the batter because air expands as you bake, and if there's no gluten to set and trap that air, then it will collapse on itself. So actually in this case, we don't want too much air, we just want it creamed together evenly. When this finally gets to where it needs to be, we're going to crack in 1 egg at a time and combine that evenly.
Control freak.
It's just too painful to stand and watch sometimes. So many different alternatives to wheat flour. We saw some of them in our box. Yep. Tapioca flour, you can get potato flour, rice flour, buckwheat flour. We're gonna go with polenta grain, and you guys were suggesting nut flours.
Okay.
Almond flour or coconut flour. You guys said it was very, very thirsty if you do that, so you end up with quite a dry cake. Yeah. So we're going for pistachio with all those natural oils, plus the beautiful colour.
A little bit of a tip for you, that's just pistachios.
If you grind them up, you end up with something that is flour-like, a similar consistency to our polenta. Then polenta, pistachio flour and baking powder can all be mixed together. We're going to combine the dry ingredients, our flours, into the wet ingredients and then add in the flavour. The flavour comes in the form of the zest of 2 pink grapefruits and some herbs, thyme and rosemary. At this point, your cake batter should look something like that.
An unusual cake batter.
It goes into a cake tin lined, and we bake it at 160 degrees Celsius for 45 minutes.
Whilst our cake's baking, let's make a drizzle for our cake. Grapefruits squeezed in through a sieve to a saucepan and then boiled for 15 minutes with sugar and water until it reduces down into a lovely syrup. That was English.
Clear and almost concise.
That was better English than some of the things that he says.
That is true.
Oh wait, hang on. What is the title of that book that you're reading?
70s dinner party.
In the 70s, back in the time, grapefruits
In
were.
the 70s, yeah, can you remember it as well?
Back when Ben was 33.
I'm trying to see if there's a starter for grapefruit, because you're right, they were really, really sour and bitter, which is why people used to sprinkle sugar on them. Nowadays, they're bred to be a lot sweeter, and they're actually delicious. The flesh from pink grapefruit is nothing like it was 30, 40 years ago.
What?
He's seen some of the recipes in this book.
How times have changed.
Firstly, they look like Jamie's battle recipes.
I mean, the rest of the food looks, no.
I mean, earlier we were slagging off our caterpillar cake, but actually...
What did I say? Cake.
Gonna work. Look, we fast forward like an hour and a half. It's baked. We've let it cool in its tin for about 15 minutes. Then we've turned it out upside down. We've stabbed lots of holes in it, and we've drizzled our syrup, which has cooled, all over it. So you get that drizzle effect. And then because of the sharpness of the grapefruit, we're going to balance it out with creme fraiche, a few more pistachios, some candied grapefruit slices, and fresh herbs. And when you cut into this, you get the beautiful citrus of grapefruit, the creaminess of pistachio, and that colour. It's absolutely delicious. It's gluten-free pistachio and grapefruit cake.
Sorted.
And this is the beauty of a drizzle cake. That kind
That is
of moist,
Moist.
texture.
So moist.
So moist.
Tuck in. How do I know that's going to happen?
What?
That is just blinding.
The texture of that is so different to sort of a standard cake. Even like a carrot cake, which is probably the most comparable sort of texture, but it's still different. And it's really, really good. Now, is that a great way to start the week, or is that the great way to start? Now, is that a great way to start the week, or is that a great way to start the week?
Great way to start the week.
Thank you. Sweet, I thought one of you could probably take it from there.
If you want to give this a go, and I really suggest you do, then all the details are down below.
Also, make sure that you watch the video next that we make on Tuesday, which is cake related and gadget related.
And if you want lessons that are around cooking, then head to nowcooking.co.uk for lessons for cooking.
Concise.
You're a concise.
Click on the left if you missed our last video, or click on the right video for one of our favourites.